Hey, I'm Mello. Welcome back to First Time for Everything. Today is going to be a lot of first times for a lot of things. Now, the last time I made a video, which was my second video ever, I applied acoustic treatment to like 80% of my room. And I'm not going to say it's the best treatment you could possibly do, but for $80, it is such an improvement. It's not even funny. So I'm pretty happy with it. I'm going to go ahead and just leave that alone. And if I want to make that better later, I absolutely can. What I want to do now is I want to look at my entire desk space, and I'm going to set my space up as if I am actively doing YouTube. I'm going to show you the collection of equipment that I have over the last 15 months it took me to collect. All of it I either purchased, I either had gifted to me, or I am borrowing. But in any three of those cases, I need this equipment. It is staying here. It's not just for a video, and I don't know how to use any of it. And that's what this channel is for. I'm going to learn how to use this equipment in front of you, and I will show you that if you want the same equipment I have and you want to take as long as 15 months to get it like I did, well, then you can just do what I did. Or you can get the same equipment for 50% the cost, if not 0% of the cost. It's very, very easy. I'm researching this all the time, kicking myself, thinking I could have done this way, way sooner. Never underestimate the power of generosity when it comes to friends, family, or even strangers. This dream of mine was way more achievable than I let myself believe. So let's go ahead and at this point, get into the equipment. Now, something I can't do is I can't show you how to use all of it because, to be honest, I didn't know this was going to be a problem ahead of time. But just plugging all this stuff in, I realized I can't even power all of this stuff. I don't even have enough USB ports. I need USB hubs. I need adapters for certain pieces of equipment. There's a lot more into this than I thought. So wiring everything and getting everything ready to be usable at any time, that's going to be a whole separate video. Let me just go through the equipment, how I got it, why I got it, how much it is, and how you can do, at the bare minimum, what I've been doing. Let's get into it. Okay, so the next point is going to be wiring all of this stuff. And I don't mean it from like an electrician standpoint, but there are three things that I'm going to break this into. First off, I'm going to start with the microphones. Now, I'm not going to go through how the microphones work or anything like that, but the 3.5 jack that they use, that thing, what we all know as an auxiliary cable or an aux cord. I'm going to go through those first because there's a lot of you are not going to know what I know now. And unfortunately, it took me days to figure this out. And then I had to order the parts on Amazon and all that. But I'm going to go through the 3.5 millimeter jack, the auxiliary cable, AKA aux cord. So I'm going to go over things that I've learned from that setup. The second thing is I'm going to go over power. And it's not just plugging things into the wall. There's a reason for this. And there's a lot of things that need power at this point, and some of them need to be protected and some of them don't, and some of them can be on junky little power bricks or power transformers, and some of them can plug straight into the wall if you have USB adapters. So I'm going to cover the power aspect next, and then after that I'm going to cover repurposing cables. The most common cable I have is a micro USB. We don't use micro USB anymore. We use USB Type-C. That's like the more common thing, and I'll show you how to repurpose those cables. Before I do, you got to understand this took me 15 months to get here. It took me beyond that. This is just when I've been working towards it, and I've had 2 birthdays and 1 Christmas and Thanksgiving and all Black Friday, all this crazy stuff. So things like my mom buying me a computer made a huge, huge difference. And I'm not saying everybody has that opportunity, but if you have a birthday gift, which I didn't even know I had one, so this was a surprise to me. But if you have a birthday gift, ask for things that will help you propel yourself into your own future. With the mic and the stand that I'm looking at here, again, my mom works for Mary Kay. This virus has really shut people down from seeing people face to face. She needed to start getting online, and for whatever reason, putting a phone in front of her face caused a bit of anxiety. and I showed her a couple of solutions that I had learned from other YouTubers. And this is what I suggested to her and that mic, and she got them for me. And that mic over there, I don't know what I'm doing. I got the mic and I'm like, oh crap, I need a stand. And my roommate overheard me and went and bought the appropriate mic. So I have benefits there. I will say that. So the laptop, the mic stand, all that are extreme benefits. Now, from my brother 2 years ago, I got the gaming headset when I moved into my first house, the house I'm living in now. I also got the Vantru N2 as a gift, which I needed bad. And to be honest, it wasn't like I just needed it. I had a drunk driving incident where I got hit by a drunk driver. And if I would have had the recording, then my insurance claim wouldn't have taken 3 months. It would have been immediate, and I would have gotten a better payout, and I would have gotten my whole car fixed, blah, blah, blah. So there are reasons that people have gotten these things for me. I don't know rich people. My family does not just like have money. I don't have money. But if you coordinate the gifts that people give you, you can get some of this stuff for free. But the biggest thing that I want to tell you is I don't have 10 people I can directly ask, hey, do you have this or that? But you do, and I guess technically so do I. The people I have closest to me are my youngest brother, my mother, and my roommate. Really, that's it. But my roommate knows a mother that knows people, and my mom knows people that knows people, and my brother knows people that knows people. And I know that sounds stupid, but the things that I got are from more than 10 people, but I only know 3 of them. And one good example is editing software I'm about to get. That advice has come from my brother's fiance. So when I told him about what I want to do, he was like, well, my fiance can help you with that. Well, that's a problem solved. And this monitor came from my roommate's mom. So I asked her if she has any other monitors, and she asked her mom, and now I have a monitor. This hard drive, this came from my roommate. I wouldn't have, I mean, granted, I live with her, but I wouldn't have known she didn't need this hard drive unless I knew she was upgrading and she knew that I could use extra hard drives. So if you were to ask the 3 closest people to you, hey, listen, I'm going to have to explain this, but I want to do YouTube. I want to do something when it comes to streaming or YouTube or something like that. And I need things that a lot of people have. I mean, if you were to ask 10 people, they're going to have. One of them is going to have a free monitor. One of them is going to have a free hard drive. One of them is going to have this miscellaneous stuff. And even if you paid half price, if you paid $40 for a monitor, first off, go to Craigslist. You're going to find it from $20 to $40 for $100 monitors, and you're going to be able to get this stuff. But you can get some of this stuff for free where people just have in storage. To be honest, before I wanted to do YouTube, this was in storage. So if you asked me if I had a monitor that I'm not using, I'd be like, yeah, this one. But now I'm using it. So there are people out there that have the equipment that you want to pay money for, but you don't have to pay money for it. You can just ask them for it. They're not using it. And if they took $30 for it, I mean, you got a $90 monitor for $30. Or, I mean, this hard drive for $20, I mean, why not? So there's a lot of things that you can do that you're going to have to like talk to people. You're going to have to explain enough so they understand what you're trying to do and why you want this equipment. So I just wanted to say that quick that quick disclaimer there. Did that stop it? No! All of the equipment that I've accumulated over the last 15 months is laid out here. Now, I don't want this to be overwhelming because not only did this take me a lot of time, but like I said earlier, I don't know how to use at least 80% of this stuff. But that's the point of this channel, is I want to take it from the ground up. A lot of YouTubers have said that they want to document, them going from nothing to something. One specifically used those words, but at no point did he actually document the process. He just documented what he was doing, which is what every YouTuber does. Every YouTuber starts out as garbage, and then they become something great, the ones that you know of. So, of course, they all document it, but nobody documents the process. I am having a hard time listening to professionals take 10 minutes and tell me a whole bunch of things that would help make you a YouTuber, but they throw out terminology, they throw out acronyms, they throw out things that I don't understand. So after I'm done with the video, I have to go look up, what does TRS mean? What does TRRS mean? What does data transfer really mean? And it just takes too long. So the point of this is, as much as I can cliff note this is my learning experience. So this is what I have to start with. And again, I don't want this to blow you away or anything, but from an insurance perspective, if I was to replace everything here and everything here, we're talking about $3,000 to $3,500 worth of stuff that's here. But I didn't pay that. Like, you don't have to pay that. So what I want to do is I want to take you through the equipment that I have. The very first piece of equipment is the thing I'm looking at right now. Of the, let's call it $3,500 on the super high end, is my phone. My phone is a Note 8. And when I bought it, I had to finance it for $1,000 because I didn't have $850 or whatever it was. So take $1,000 off of that. I'm using my phone. Now, a lot of YouTubers, at least for their first year, use just their phone, holding it in their face. I did not do that. Now, what I have here is I have a tripod that is holding a ring light, and inside the ring light is the thing that holds my phone. The company that makes this one is called UBeesize, UBEESIZE, and this model is the TR50. This is a tripod that raises, with everything involved, when the phone is at that top height, raises to 5 feet high. So right now, it is not even 5 feet tall. So once it's 5 feet tall, the center gets to about right here. Okay, so now if you want it higher than that, you can just put it on something that's already elevated. It has a ring light built in. Well, not built in, but it's attachable. And it has a thing that holds my phone. That's what I have right now. It could hold a camera, but this one specifically is really weak. Now, before I actually show you what it is, and I'm happy with it, I'm going to show you what's attached to it. So there's a cord attached to it for the power of the ring light, and it's USB 2.0 on the other side. It's already plugged in, and it comes with this control. Okay? So the bottom one is power, the next one up is negative, the next one up is cycle, and the next one up is positive. Now the negative and positive are dimmers. Right now it's off. Now let me take a look at the picture. Okay, so I can see that this is like, everything from here is heavily shadowed. I got some shadow in here. So let's take a look at what it does. Now it has 3 colors, if you will. So I'll power it on. So now you can see the shadow right here is totally gone. Now there's still some shadow here, but you can't identify it as shadow. It's just less light. And to be honest, usually I am facing this direction and the camera is facing this direction. So I have even light. So right now I don't have even light. I blacked all that stuff out. So now I'm going to change the color. So right now is like the color would be daylight. This, if I look directly at the bulb, there's like a bluish tint to it. And maybe this looks like more like an actual daylight type of color. But this, when I look at the bulb, it looks a bit blue. And I'm a couple feet away. So if I cycle again, this is more of an orangish tint. And it still shows heavy shading on my face. If I look at this eye right here where my shading is, that's probably the least. And then that's a little bit less, and then that's like kind of a yellowish. I don't really know what these 3 colors are for. This is the color I kind of stand on. So for right now, I'll go ahead and turn it off, and I'll let you see the equipment, starting with the thing that my phone is on now. So this is the UBeesize TR50. Okay, so you've got your phone mount here. Very cheap ring light. I mean, I'm buying the bottom of the barrel right now because I can't afford much. Now, this tripod is, I will say, it's really weak. I feel like by using it over and over again, being gentle, it might break. But it's what I have right now. So that is the stand that is really beneficial to me because it adds extra light where I need it, and it allows me to not hold my phone like I'm holding it now. So now on to the microphones. And the microphones are going to be a whole separate video because I haven't even tested them properly yet. So what I have here is I have a boom mic, I have a gaming headset, I have a lapel mic, and then obviously I have my phone mic. So this right here is not all one piece. You do have to buy them separate. From this point forward is the mic, and this cord that plugs in here is also the mic and ends up down here. That mic right there, and again, I'll go through heavy detail with mics later, but that is a brand Neewer, Neewer. That mic is $20. The stand to hold that mic, which this brand is Ola Music, that stand was $37. So if you want a boom mic like that, and I'll tell you why I have that mic and what purpose I think it has in the mic video, but if you want that whole setup, that is $57. Now, this is my gaming headset. I did not realize that I could use this. I already owned this, but this was $30. So this is another mic that you can have to use for this purpose. This one is a lapel mic. You've seen people have that on their actual lapels. You've seen it like right here on a lot of people. You can tuck the wire through your shirt if you want. I saw a review of 5 or 6 of them under $50, and this one was my favorite of all of those for a lot of different reasons. And this was only $16. It was supposed to be $20. When I went to go buy it, it was $16. Yay for me. And then the fourth mic is my actual phone. So now this is a $700 Canon camera. It's older, not mine, and it is going to be a long time until I figure out how to use DSLR cameras. So that's just here because my roommate is an aspiring streamer, and while I'm setting up this whole room for me for YouTube, I figured, well, I may as well set her up as well. So that's going to be here, even though I'm not going to get into that. This is her computer, 99% chance I will never, ever, ever use that. This is an extra monitor that I had. I had this in storage for a while, but I figured, well, if I'm going to use my laptop, I may as well throw on an extra monitor, find the cord for it. Now, if you want to buy a monitor anywhere between like 17 and 24 inches, do not pay more than $90. They have plenty of them everywhere. I just did a 60-second Amazon search and I found one for $90. But I work in security. I install security systems and cameras and things like that. And we get them for $70. Not a distributor. We get them at like Walmart. So if you don't have one for free, which in this case, this one was for free for me, but at some point I paid for it, you can get one for $70 to have another screen. That's a small screen to work on. I would really love to have my editing software on here and anything else I'm doing on here. I'm involved in the stock market, so it would make me happy to see my stocks and to see what I'm doing editing wise and not have to switch to my phone or anything like that. Now, this is my computer. This is a brand new as of January 2020. It is an i3. It is below what I think you should get. But there's kind of 3 kinds of people. If you have $3,500, spend top dollar on all this stuff. If you just want to make this work best you can and you're able to have a few $100 to put into stuff, then get an i5 or higher. I will describe that with the computer side of it later. I didn't even have any of those options, but I'm determined to do something with this YouTube idea that I have. So I'm going to work with what I have. That's a brand new i3. Now, this is an external hard drive. This one is Seagate. That is their logo. This one is a 1 terabyte hard drive. Now, I got this for free because my roommate was upgrading from 1 terabyte to a 4 terabyte. So she didn't have any use for this. If you want to buy this new right now, I just looked it up, is $46, 1 terabyte. If you want to go to a 4 terabyte, you can pay $105, $40 more for 4 times the space. So this is something that when you're making videos, you're going to eat up storage space really, really fast. This is an external CD DVD drive, CD DVD writer. Now, you don't need this, but I have needed this a couple of times. I bought this like 4 or 5 years ago, and it was $40. Now, I have the ability to not only use CDs on either computer, but I have the ability that if I want to like make a CD for my brother so he can see some of my videos and maybe edit, because he's probably going to be my future editor, then I can give him a CD. He can throw it out when he's done. I don't care. I don't care. Throw it out. So that is an external CD, DVD reader, and writer. So for 40 bucks, you can have that. Now, this is my dash cam. This is a Vantrue N2 Pro. This is $200. I drive for Uber, so I really need that. It has a front-facing and a rear-facing camera. And I'm not telling you to get this if you don't drive for Uber. If you drive for Uber, you need this. So I got a lot of awesome content on this. But the cool part about this is if this was plugged in right now, like to the actual computer or some power source, then right now I could be showing you this stuff. And there'd be a camera facing me, so you'd see me, and there'd be a close-up of what I'm talking about. So this has applications. If you already own this, or even another GoPro, this has applications for YouTube. So now that was $200. There's a reason behind why I believe that's the one, and that's a whole different thing. Now this is a USB hub, this right here. So the actual cord that you plug in is a USB. This one specifically is a USB Type A 3.0. You can see by the blue. Heavy data transfer, the most you can have. Now, what this allows is it allows you to have 4 more USBs plugged into it. And the reason for that being, my computer has 3 USBs. Josie's computer has 2 USBs. Well, you're going to need like 5 things plugged into it. So you're going to need a hub. This hub, I do have one that I'm pretty sure doesn't work anymore, but you can get these for $12, $13 on Amazon. This one was $18 because it's not 2.0, it's 3.0. I don't have too many devices that have 3.0, but for a few extra bucks, you can have it for the future. And also, you can choose to power on or off whichever circuit that you want. And if this was plugged in, you'd see the LEDs light up blue. Now, that is definitely something that you're going to need, at least one of. Now, this is made by CyberPower. The brand I'm used to is APC, but this one is the same quality, and it was where the price point was. So the point of a battery backup surge protector, besides having extra receptacles and things like that, is when I am transferring data from my dash cam, which can hold like 25 hours worth of data, to my computer. If power went out, if this was a regular computer, or if my battery didn't work, or if my battery was dead, if power went out, it would stop the process and it might cause a problem. So with the battery backup, I can take this and power a router, a TV, and the Xbox and continue playing through an entire power outage. But this saves brownouts. So a blackout is no power whatsoever. A brownout is like off, on. And it'll shut your game down. You got to reset. It'll shut your router down. This won't shut down anything. So this protects my computer, and my hard drive will be plugged into my computer. So even if the power goes out, and even if my battery doesn't work anymore and I didn't know that, this will stop me from ruining my transfer and having to start over. Now, the 450 VA, the VA is volt amperes. Now, you don't need the 450. You can get a 300 or a 250. The problem is those are like 30, 40 bucks, but they only come with 6 receptacles. And I figured if I pay an extra $20, not only will I get 2 more, but I'll get an extra 50% battery life, which is what I did. There's a serious benefit to having one of those. You don't have to, but that one cost me about 60 bucks. So I guess in a recap, that stand together with the phone holder, with the ring light, with the tripod was $66. You can get them separately. Hopefully they match up. That's why I didn't want to do it. For about 55, 56, you can save 10 bucks if you want, but that's $66. This was $66. So we're at 132. You should already have a computer. I did. This one was 400. We're at 532. Buying a monitor like this, maximum is $90. So you're at $622. If you have to buy a 1 terabyte hard drive, then you're adding $45. Let's do that again. So that was 66. That was 66. That's 132 plus 400 is 532 plus 45 is 577 plus 40 is 617. Now, I'm not saying you need all this stuff, but plus 200 is 817, plus 20 is 837, plus 500 is 1337, plus 700 is 2037, plus 30 is 2067, plus 20 is 2087, plus 60 is $21.47, plus about $50 for all of the adapters. So you're at $21.97 plus $1,000 for this phone, which is $31.97. So I said $3,200 to $3,500. But if you really think about it, this and this was a gift. These little things cost me. That cost me. This cost me way back when. That's not mine. That cost me a long time ago. I don't even remember. That cost me $40. That cost me nothing. This cost me, well, actually, that was a gift. This cost me $20. Well, actually, that was a gift. This cost me $66, and that was all a gift. So this is the equipment that I have to work with off the rip. Okay, so first things first, I realized that I look pretty different at this point. I don't have my hair pulled back. I didn't put conditioner in my hair. I'm growing out my facial hair because I'm basically unemployed. So I figured since I've never really had facial hair, I would try it out. Everything you've seen in the video so far, that is from end of July, early August of 2020. Now it is December 4th. Technically now it's December 5th, 2020. I'm a terrible beginning YouTuber. My determination and my dedication and my consistency sucks. So it is what it is. The reason that I am recording this is back then when I made like 7 or 8 videos, I've only posted 3 of them. I recorded well over an hour of a video and I thought to myself, well, eventually I'll know how to edit and I can go ahead and chop those videos up and then there'll be separate videos. But I didn't think about the fact that after I chop them, there's like no context in between. So where that video cut off, it was just going to go right into the next 30, 40 minutes. So I figured I need to have a little bit of context. The biggest reason why I'm recording this part of the video is I had the intention before to kind of like show my setup so that way I kind of know what I had the first time. But the other side was I was trying to show you how easy this is. And when I played the video back, I realized that I basically told you you need more than $3,000 to do this. So I kind of want to correct that. The total was $31.97. And I know that in the recap, I forgot to add the monitor, which actually would have been $32.87. But I want to back that up because this is a lot more doable than I made it sound. And I didn't mean it to sound like that. If you take off the monitor, we're down to $31.97. You don't need an extra monitor. I had the monitor. I used the monitor. If you take off my phone, you should all have a phone. Everybody should have a phone. And mine can record at 1080p. That's enough for me. It can do 45 frames per second as long as it's not the front facing, but the rear facing camera. Mine's a Note 8. It's 4, 5, 6 years old now. It was $1,000. Take off $1,000. That is $21.97. Now, if you take off the dash cam, I needed a dash cam, so you don't have to buy that, then you'd be at $19.97. If you take off $1,200 for her laptop and her DSLR camera, which I'm not using, then you would be at $7.97 right there. Take off $40 for the CD drive. You don't need a CD drive, so you're at $7.57. Now, if you already have a computer, my computer was $400. If you take off $400 from $757, you're talking about $357. If you take off the mic stand and the mic, that's $60 together. So you're talking about $297. So for $297, you can get the ring light, the stand, the tripod. $297 would get you a gaming headset, a lapel mic, the 1 terabyte hard drive, all the attachments to do all of the mics. That includes the hub, the USB hub. That's basically what you need. You basically need $300 to get going, and you would be beyond what most YouTubers do for their first full year. So it's a lot more attainable than you think. So I wanted to clarify that. So in the next part, I'll be wiring and actually powering and setting up my whole setup. I'll be repurposing cables and some other things. So I'm going to leave that for the next video. I just wanted to go ahead and give context. This is a lot for me to do. This is a lot for me to manage. This is a lot for me to figure out for the first time. So please bear with me. Trust me, I did not want this video to be 30 minutes. I wanted to cut it down, but to be honest, I don't really care about the minimal edits. I don't care about how long the videos are until I can start making a single penny from YouTube, which is going to be 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So If you like me, then it's not because of the razzle dazzle. It's because of the content, and I'm cool with that. I'm really doing this for me at this point more than I am for you, because no subscribers, no views. So it is what it is. Next video, I'll have something a little bit better put together. After the next video, I'll almost surely do the mics, and we'll start to get somewhere where I can be producing content that I actually want to produce. See you.